for tuning in to another episode of Called to Serve. This is where we give you the opportunity to know your ministers or our agents in charge beyond the pulpit. I am Abena Mandi. We take a quick breather. We'll be right back with more. Welcome back and thank you for staying. Today in the studios of PCG TV, we are joined here by Rev Justice ASUMENG. He is the district minister of Koforidua and he is in the Ascension congregation. Papa, we are honored to have you here. Welcome.
Thank you.
Your voice is authoritative, is commanding, and I'm not surprised you are doing the work of the Lord. Papa, how are you doing?
I'm doing well by the grace of God. I'm doing well.
You're looking so good. I can tell from the first time I saw him that he is a gentleman. And I'm trying to not picture or imagine him without the gray hair. But his gray hair actually looks so good on him. Yes. Your hairline is still, hey, Papa, you're handsome.
Thank you.
You're very handsome.
I think it's because of the grace. The grace, I'm an epitome of the grace of God.
We thank God for that. Now, briefly walk us through your childhood and how you grew up.
Well, thank you so much for the opportunity to come on this platform to share a little bit about my life and ministry. I grew up at Achim Pamin.
Pamin?
Yeah, in the eastern region, the West Akim district. Beyond Kwabin and you can't find it on the map.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Papa, even now it's still not on the map.
It's not on the map.
Wow.
But it's a special town. It's a special town. That's where I came from. I grew up there, school there from class 1 to Form 4. Wrote my middle school living certificate and then continue at Koforidua Secondary Technical School in 1983. That's where I started. Then completed O-level in 1988. Actually, my life from the child was quite challenging. I grew up with many health issues. I wasn't strong, always sick. Challenging was part of my life, especially in health-related issues. But it was out of that when I was growing, especially after school, O-level. I didn't continue again. I straight to fire service in 1990.
Oh, you served in the fire service?
I served in fire service. That's a summary. Summary. So I served in the fire service. I was enlisted in 1990. And then in 1990, after training, I was posted to WA in the Upper West region. That was in 1990, July. I stepped in the side of WA. And also,
was that your first time?
My first time.
Okay.
And then in 1990, November, I wasn't a Christian by then.
Great. I was about to ask you that.
Yeah, I wasn't a Christian. I was.
You're doing your own thing.
Yeah, that youthful exuberance was at work. So I was having friends, used to go out not for women, but for alcohol and those things. So I went deep in it, and I think one evening, we got there in July, August, September, October, November, and we started the live, and it was the morning pito, afternoon pito, evening pito, and then this our local gin appetition. So we were 5 friends. One day I decided, and every evening I got intoxicated in my fire uniform. At time they have to carry me home.
In the uniform?
In the uniform.
That's
so
wild.
One day I decided not to drink with the uniform. So I went home to change and then put on the civilian attire. While I was losing my boot and I heard a voice. And the voice was saying, today if you go and drink, you will die.
Was it that clear?
Very audible. Very audible. I think I've heard that voice 3 times. So today if you go and drink, you will die. First I didn't mind, second time I didn't. But the third one came, today if you go and drink, you will die. Then I sat up and there was a road by the window. So I got up and went to the window to see who, and I even shouted, who that's speaking? And I got there in a few minutes, there was nobody there. So I came back and said, Lord, I knelt down and I said, Lord, if you are the one speaking, then I won't drink again. I will serve you.
So it means you knew something about God already.
Yeah,
Were your parents Christians when you were growing up?
well, not really, but I think I stayed with my grandma, my father's mother's mother.
Okay.
He was a Christian. She used to take me to church. I know growing up, as I went to boys' school, so diversion came in.
Okay, so that's when you knew that God can speak to somebody.
Well, I didn't actually, but the authority of the voice. And then the way it had effect on me, because nobody changed me, nobody spoke to me, but there's something that came upon me on that day. So I knelt down and I said, God, if you are the one speaking, then I won't drink again. I will serve you.
Right.
So after that, I didn't even remove the uniform. I fell on the bed, but I had to remove my boots. Just a few minutes, the friends came, because they were waiting for me to come, and then we go and then continue with the rooftop. Because we go for Pito in the morning, Pito in the afternoon, Pito in the late afternoon. Then around 5 o'clock, we'll go to the rooftop where we top it with appetite. That's what the whole team will become west. So they came and said, Justice, we've waited for you for quite too long. You are not coming. And I said, no, I'm not going. Today I won't drink again. They became furious. I said, well, I won't drink again.
That was it.
That was it. And they laugh at, oh, leave him alone. He will come back again. I said, I won't drink again. And the next day, it was Thursday. I think it was 16th of November. 16th, yeah. So the next day, Friday, in the morning, when I got to work, I went to bank at about 8:30 to go and cash some money, went to buy my first Bible. And on Sunday, I went to church. That was my first time in years. I went to church, and then when I got there, I sat at the back. Reverend Owusu, now he's at Kwesiho. He was the minister then. So after everything, they said, and let me put this one in. Let me tell you, friends, that going to church is spiritual, because when they were worshiping was close to fire service, and our administrative office was next to it was local district court. So from the district court, you move to the office of the district fire officer. But nothing pricked me to go to church until the day that God came to me and warned me that if you drink, you die. So on Sunday, I got to the church. After everything, the clerk came and made the announcement that if you are today is your first time worshiping with us, we'll welcome you. And after the announcement, we'll introduce you to the church. I was sitting down, unconcerned. Then after everything, then she came back again and said, if today is your first time worshiping with us, come and let us introduce you to the church. I was sitting down. And the announcement, the announcer kept on. Then I heard a voice, rise and go.
You can't be stubborn like that.
Then I rose up and I walked to the front. Immediately I got there, I told them I'm a fireman and I've come to worship with you. I won't go again. Immediately the minister came and said, he said it in Chi. Children's service teacher, and then you be your children's service teacher. Immediately, they appointed me children's service teacher. I stopped drinking on Thursday. Sunday, I got to church, and then I was made children's service teacher. Where do I start? But I had my Bible. It was quite interesting.
Okay.
Then I took the responsibility. So the next day I went to church. I gathered the children. But lo and behold, there was no teacher for them. So I gathered them. And then I started with them, stories from Abraham, Isaac, that way. And I said, no, even being a children's service teacher wasn't enough. Because look at the time I've spent in the world, serving the devil and in other vices. So I went to the market, bought some broom, bought duster, and then every Sunday morning, I would go and sweep in the church, dust everything. By 5:36, I finish it. And then I will go back to dress up and then come to church. I don't know if you're asking some question.
Papa, you were cleaning the church because
you felt... arranging the chairs, and then doing everything. I'll go and sweep. I bought my own
You felt that teaching the children's service was not enough.
I was looking at the time spent in the world. I was about 23, 24 years.
Wow.
I'm wasting all this time without worshiping God. So I wanted to do something more. to appreciate God. So that was what I was doing. So I started the children's service. Then I got the JY. So after Sundays, I'll work with the children's service, then the JY. Then from there, I also organized the YPG. I got some other friends.
So you started YPG there, or they had the YPG?
No, I started it.
Okay, Papa, please hold on for us. We will get back to Papa for him to continue the story. I know you are interested in knowing what Papa did next on his first day at work, but stay with us, don't go anywhere. There is more.
Stories come alive, voices are heard, and faith meets inspiration. This is PCG TV. From news to powerful sermons, from business spotlights to youth-driven conversations, we bring you content that informs and transforms. Do you need media coverage, live streaming, documentary and video production, or event coverage? PCG TV is your best stop. Call us today on 0257 353 533 and follow us on all social media platforms at PCG TV. PCG TV, in thy light, there is light.
Welcome back, and thank you for staying with us on Called to Serve. As I say always, this is where you get to know our agents in charge beyond the pulpit. We are here with Rev Justice ASUMENG. If you were here before we went on break, you know that we are charged to hear his story and more. If you were not here, let's meet him and continue his story. Now, Papa, you did children's service. You felt it wasn't enough. Then you bought your own equipment and materials to start cleaning the church on your own. Was that enough for you, for your spirit?
Well, you see, one thing is that if you break camp from the other side and come to God, if you don't actually commit yourself, well, we go back.
Okay.
That's
now, who gave you that counsel?
Well, for me, I think God was at work. Nobody advised me, but I saw that I had wasted time, so I had to do more for God. So in doing that, got me into many ministry, like the sweeping, JY, children's service, JY, YP. And I was growing out of that because I had to learn a lot. And the time that I used to go out, I converted those time to read the Bible. Right. I can't remember on Saturdays, I would take my Bible and go to Hamley Road. At 5 a.m., we live in the house because I don't want the friends to come in. Some of them, I was staying with them in the same house. So Saturday morning, I'll pick my Bible, pick my water bottle, and then sat on my bicycle, went to my Hamley Road, found some mango tree, sat under it, and read the Bible. So I committed myself to reading the Bible.
Wow.
Seriously.
No, Papa, I'm becoming more curious about how you followed that line, that channel to become an ordained minister. At what point did you make up your mind to be ordained?
Thank you so much. So from where I came to Medina, and then I was still suffering from sickness, a headache, a whole lot of things were happening, stomach.
Oh, okay.
So I had a serious acute stomach trouble for about 15 years. So I went to so many hospitals and there was no solution. So I prayed. I said to myself, I don't want this sickness to kill me.
Wow.
Then I'll fast and rather die with the sickness.
That was bold.
Yeah. I wanted to die, but I didn't want to do anything wrong. So I fasted for 14 days. 14 days fasting and then all night. 1 month at Medina then. So after the all night, after the 14 days fasting, I was instructed, I had a voice, go to Akwatia hospital. So I went to Akwatia and then I explained the problem to him but I visited so many hospitals, but they didn't seem to listen to me. Right. So the doctor said, I went for X-ray and then also test. They said there's nothing wrong with me. No, I felt pain here. So whilst I was discussing with the man, the doctor, Dr. Anani then at St. Dominic, a nurse came to call him that somebody went to farm, wanted to kill herself by using color to chop off the neck. She didn't die. So they brought the person to the hospital, and they had to go and then operate and then get the person back on track. So he said, "Oh, young man, I finished with you, so you can go." So she went for about 3 hours. He came, I was still there. Said, "Oh, why would you go?" I said,
You were still in the consulting room, or you were waiting for him somewhere else?
I just by
okay.
the door.
Okay.
So I told him, if he leaves me, I'll go also buy bread and also cut my place, and then I want him to operate me. I told him, just get the form. Let me sign, and we also have to sign. And if you open my belly and there's nothing, they should close it. He said, "No, I can't do that." I said, "Okay, then I'm going to buy blade, and then come and then you operate me." Then he said, "Okay, if that's the case, then I'm."
Did you mean it at the time, or you
I
were just
I meant it. So after that, the man admitted me by force. So it was Monday. So I was forced to go on admission, and for 1 month, the doctor had not come to attend to me.
You were still on admission.
So I was still only taking infusion. So after 1 month, on one Sunday, I told one nurse, Mr. Timothy, that tomorrow, either discharge me or not, I will discharge myself. Because I can't be there for 1 month without seeing a doctor. So in the night, I went out to pray and wept. I wept bitterly in the presence of God. And I told God, that's when my ministry, coming into ministry, began. But then, so I told God, I know I was going to die, but if he could intervene or can intervene and heal me, I'll stop everything and went to preach his word. The next day, Monday, I was there, and the doctor came, just said, "Let's go to theater to go and examine you." He went to examine me and said, "Oh, we will operate you." So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I was operated. That was 1995. Came back after 3 months. I started work and then went back to work again. So in 1999, I had a deep feeling of calling. So friends, my prayer team member came and said, "Justice, God has called you, so stop." I didn't stop. I told them, January 2000, I will leave and go and do God's work.
Please hold on for a moment. Before we continue with your calling moment, when the doctor operated on you, did they give you the diagnosis? Did they tell you what was wrong with your body?
Oh, thank you so much. It was chronic appendicitis. I had the information there.
Meaning?
I was living by grace. Because there was a time, sorry to say it, when I go to, those days when I went to toilet, the fuses coming were green. So there was some bleeding somewhere. So I was operated on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The doctor came to the bed to come and see if I had recovered. And he asked me, "Young man, which church do you attend?" I said, "I'm a Presbyterian." Then he said it in tree. And when you was someone, no, sumni and you who know what he asked me, who be that. As I'm sitting down, part of my intestine has been chopped off.
They took it out.
They took it out. Because it was rotten, because the appendicitis had joined. It was major operation.
Wow.
But thank be to God. Was seriously committed guy, so came to Medina, youth work, still doing God's work. But 2000, I asked God, I think in December, I asked God what I was on earth for. And I opened my eye to see in a dream, standing on the platform preaching. So when I got up from the dream, I said to myself, "I'm not more a fireman, I'm a preacher." So I said to myself, then I will leave. So instead of leaving, I went on leave on 7th January and came back February. And things got bad. Let me say, things got bad. I don't know if it was the calling. So I resumed 7th of February. And then March 28th, I wrote my resignation letter. I told my wife, I think for 5 days I was not going to work. So one day my wife came and I said, "Yeah, I just want to cry. Meet me in So and then I would so I said, "No, I won't do it again." So I wrote the letter before her and I sent to fire service in Medina to go and then tender my resignation And they asked me, so no, I'm going to do God's work. Not necessarily to become a minister, but to go into serious evangelism. That was my heart. So I started organizing young ones for evangelism. So 2000 I came out. Then 2001, in Medina, a friend of mine asked me, no, so I want to be annoyed in a year. In a school. So I wrote the Trinity and 3 exams, and I passed.
One time
I passed. And I passed the interview also. But something happened. When I was to go to school on Tuesday in August, last Tuesday in August, then Sunday I was praying for grace. Even that one before, let me chip in.
right
Getting access to Trinity wasn't easy. So when they said that I've got, when they gave me the letter, I was praying, and then the district minister, and then the senior presbyter, and the clerk, they came. Justice come. You knew one come. And they told me, you are going to be a catechist. I was, oh, what are you saying? I have my letter here, and they said catechist, but we know. Not only, I've already gone to Trinity to go and take my name from the place.
Hold on. So you could not pursue?
Pursue. I had my letter all right, but the Medina district, the district minister, forgetting the name, the senior presbyter, and the clerk, that one Mr. Du had an appointment to become a high commissioner at, I think, Holland. And they needed somebody to replace me, was then the catechist at Lanquantana congregation.
Okay.
So they said that then let's take justice there. And I told them I was going to Trinity on Tuesday at full time. I said, we are aware that we want you to go and be catechist. So I was stopped from going to Trinity. That was 2001, after leaving fire service. So I went to Lanquantana, but to become a catechist for 3 years. So 2004, it became a hell to get access to Trinity again. So lo and behold, by the grace of God, 2004, I entered. But I had some modular programs. So instead of 3 years, I did 2 years. So in 2006, I was commissioned. And my first station was Abasi, in the Session Presbytery.
I've heard that.
Originally, I was not going to Abasi. I was going to Asaman, Aguna Saman. But something happened, they changed it, and then I went to Abasi as my first station. And I thank God I was taken to Abasi. It was a very difficult place. And interestingly, when I was going, I spent about 3 months home after commissioning, because they were then building mission house.
Oh, okay.
So they knew that when I go there, I wanted to visit there before coming to Park Mountains. But the chairman said, Papa Thomas said, no, just wait. What is happening? So I didn't also know where Abasi was. So I had to buy Ghana map to twist. So I found some Abasi at Kumewu side. So I called me. So I found myself, no, that's not isn't the place. It's rather Atebu Yeji Kintampo Road. So when I was about to go, there was a man I met at New Life at Abeka. He said, Justice, I will go with you.
He knew the place?
No.
Okay.
So he drove me to Abasi. And then when he got there, the man said, this community needs Christ. So whatever I will do to get you here, I will do. They have started building the mission here. The man completed it, bought a car for me, like Christa too. And they renovated the mission, the chapel, everything. So ministry in Abasi was great. By the grace of God, I think more data from Pom Manson, but then came and saw what God has done, the revival, everything. And I was brought on then, Channel Hall by then. So from Abasi, I was transferred to Anaji, Takoradi, as an evangelist to the presbytery and the minister in charge at Anaji Salem congregation, 2009, 2012. And by the grace of God, a lot happened there. I thank God I was taken there to, now you go to Takrade and Najib, there's a very big chapel sitting on that land. By the grace of God, I initiated that.
Started that.
So,
Papa, just a moment. I am now interested in the gifts God gave you to accompany the work that you went to do there and has carried you through to this moment. But we will continue with that, or you feed us into that right after this break. So stay tuned.
Stories come alive, voices are heard, and faith meets inspiration. This is PCG TV. From news to powerful sermons, from business spotlights to youth-driven conversations, we bring you content that informs and transforms. Do you need media coverage, live streaming, documentary and video production, or event coverage? PCG TV is your best stop. Call us today on 0257 353 533 and follow us on all social media platforms at PCG TV. PCG TV, in thy light, there is light.
Welcome back, and thank you for staying with us right here on Called to Serve. This is where we get the opportunity to know our ministers beyond the pulpit. Now, Papa, let's get right into that peculiar gift that God gave to you to accompany your work right from Abase through to this moment.
well, then a bit about Abase. Actually, Abase, I saw myself as a missionary. The church was 80 years, and there was no minister. I was the first minister there.
Wow.
Yeah, the church was started in 1926, and I was sent there 2006.
Wow.
And I was the only minister in town. And a lot happened, especially I became an advocacy person, an advocated for education. Because at times you go to church and getting people, this is very good for ministers will be taken to the rural areas. At times you become jack of all trade.
Right.
So I saw that the future of the church would depend on the education of the people, because we may need clerk, we may need president and session members and others. And I was also looking at the future of Abase as a district head, because by then from Abase to Yeji is 15 miles. District head.
That's a distance.
That's a distance.
Yeah.
So in coming to Presbytery as Antimampong wasn't easy. So how do I make up the place to become a ministerial station, a district on Airborne? So I have to put in a lot. And poverty was also high at that place. So I have to look at education. I can't remember. I asked God what to do, because in every day you see the children going to farm. And God said, I heard a voice, take a ship and step into the community. So every morning by 5:30, I had the car, put one on it for evangelism. I'll go announce, Adiachi, mon sorry na mon yare na mon kosuku. That's 5:30. And by 7:30, if you are not out of the house to school, you are doomed. I will ship you. So
Papa, you were really doing it?
I went to Yeji to buy 30 canes. And every child from Daman Kwanta, my jurisdiction started from Daman Kwanta to Zamrama, Daman Kwanta, Abase, Bososo, and Konfu Krum and other areas. And I had a car, so every morning from Abase, I'll move to other places to go and call the children to school. And it worked.
And how did the parents cooperate with
Initially, they didn't understand it. What actual problem was that one day I mounted my platform at the center of the city and asked if I can get 6 people who has a certificate for me to go and look for work for them in Accra. Nobody came. And I saw that there was a problem. And the only thing that can deliver the community was education. So I took the ship, and I can't remember one day they were at the cinema or a video center. I became annoying, got to the video center, locked the door, caned everybody in there, and then pushed the speakers on the ground. I finished, and they came and sat down at the mission house. So if you like, come and arrest me, take me to. I was just like a mad person. But initially, the people, some of them didn't understand. They started insulting me, but I knew the effect on it in the future. So they started buying into it. I can't remember one of Konfu in town came to my house, Papa. Me bani se onko school ti, bra never born man onko school.
Or conform.
Or conform. You see, I was a father to the
Wow.
community. At times I would drive to something. When I saw the convo coming, I'll pick him in my car. I was looking at the person, not about what he was doing. So I was a man for the community, for the chief. When people goes to farm, or went to farm, I would go to the palace, study the Bible with the chief. I would go to the Hema, doing the same. Everybody was involved. Every 2 weeks, the chairman gave me a room to operate. So at least every 2 or 3 weeks, I'll go to Accra, look for clothes, school dresses, sponge, soap, towel, everything. I will load them in my car and they come and distribute. And then I saw that we needed secondary school because look at 50 miles to Yeji, and then Atebubu, and then Kintampo, Wenchi. That is where, or Techiman, that's where we get easy or short secondary school. So I went to the chief and said, "Now we have to get secondary school at Abasi so that it will be at our doormap." And then I wrote a letter. I went to the chief, wrote a letter, and then I went to regional minister. But then Honorable Bewia was the regional minister. ASUMENG got a letterhead. Then came to Presbytery for letterhead. Then came to head office for letterhead. And then I went to the Get Fund head office for approval. And now there's secondary school in Abasi.
There is.
And also by the grace of God, I renovated 2 classrooms, and then I built 1 and an office for the place because we needed JHS.
So, Papa, what would be that peculiar gift that made you fearful? Because if you are caning my child to go to school,
and now even I'm caning. Kofodo Ascension. Now there's discipline there. One day I was holding my skin and working on the Kofodo Ascension, and then the district chief executive, the district director of education came. Papa, here we don't cane. I say, okay, you know something? The school blocks belong to Presbyterian Church. The compound belongs to Presbyterian Church. Only the people and the teachers. So you can take them out and leave the compound for we start again. Because the children, some of them are smoking. They don't come to school late. They dress anyhow. Presbyterian school, no. So that one, I have cane in my car.
Papa, right now.
Right now. I will cane you in the school. When I meet you in the street and you are not dressing, I'll cane you. Now you come to Ascension and reach, there's order. I will stand at the gate, and then I'll manage them.
Which of the gifts of the Holy Spirit will you attribute this act to?
Well, I think we see prophetic, evangelist, and apostolic. We champion the cause, we break the grounds, we clear the system for the system to work. When the system is not working, we get then the system will work. We bring order into a place. So it's been wonderful.
It is, and I wonder how challenging it has been for you, except that you did not see them as challenges because of where you came from.
I look at the end result. The end result is the problem. If it is going to benefit the church, benefit the family, benefit the society. Because Presbyterian Church of Ghana, you can't go to Presbyterian Church of Ghana, a school, you can't become a product of Presbyterian Church and be indisciplined and not be a good product for the state, for the family, and for the church. So for me, that is my character. As a matter of fact, wherever I go, I make sure that right things are done.
Papa, so what do you intend for your vision to be, especially as where you are right now? Because even now, if you are caning, if you are ensuring strict discipline in your congregation, where do we go from here? Which one is the bigger picture you're looking at? What's the vision?
Well, vision for me. Well, I think I've jumped from Anaji from there.
Right, we will come back there. But
okay, but this is important. Well, my vision is that if you see, I'm a Presbyterian, and I know what Presbyterian Church of Ghana did for me from primary school. Discipline. I can't remember. I went for concert. Adolfo came to Achimbanso, and I went for that concert. And the next day, it was Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We went for school, and then. I went to school, and then the head teacher brought the list, and my name, I alone, the head teacher allowed me to read. I jump me to Akropong 2 miles.
What?
Yeah, 2 miles. And whenever I go to my hometown, I will go to the head teacher and go and thank him.
Thank him?
Yeah. One day I went for Bade. And then he called assembly. I didn't go to school on Friday. I went for Bade. So Monday, he called for assembly, and then he called me, but that was it Form 2? He called me, Justice, come. You went for birthday on Friday, you didn't come to school. So go back home, bring basket, your silver, your fire, your colors, your everything, and come to school. So I brought all those things, and when I brought them, he gathered the assembly again. Everybody was there, and I was carrying my basket and my firewood and everything. They allowed the one teacher to lead me to the school farm. So after that, I said to myself, I will never upset myself again.
Right.
But I'm not doing that for basket. I'm not trying to be a wicked minister. But when I came, I found that the people were littering. Where have I come? Because having been in London, Akosobo is a very neat place. London, neat, discipline, neat. But coming to Ascension, and the school children would just drink this sachet water, throw it here. No, I couldn't contain it within 1 week. When I went to Kofodia Ascension, after 1 week, I started operation. The compound. The next 2 weeks, I was at the gate because 8 o'clock, 8:30, school starts at 6:30, and 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, see somebody coming to school. I would just close the door, and then I will pack them, go home. Go and tell your mother you are late, so the minister didn't allow you. There was some other portion of the school that has not been fenced. Oh, we didn't train man, the place was fenced, and I can close the gate and leave only one gate. So nobody will come. If you want to come into the school, there's the gate. If you are late, go home. Or I will gather you and everybody will take attempts, three. When I hear some noise, I'll just walk into the classroom and then I'll go and discipline them. So now you come to Ascension, there's discipline. You look, now, if I can show you on my phone, and now I'm free with them.
Papa, do you teach in the classroom with them?
I go and teach.
Hey.
I go to the classroom and go and teach. Teach them relevant subjects like discipline, and then how to develop your skill to be a self-reliant person without depending on the state or depending on anybody.
Now,
it goes with a price, because like what I was doing in Ascension, some of them didn't understand me.
Exactly.
So I said, no, you are district minister, you can't do that. I said, no. No. I have to do it.
We expect the district minister to be at the office, behind his table, on his chair, responding to guests as and when they come. Now you are with us in the classroom with the king.
Yeah. 4 o'clock, I'm already up, dressed. 4 a.m. I've done this for the past 19 years in ministry.
19?
19 years.
Now, you mentioned that you've been to London.
Yeah.
At what point did you go there?
Okay, from
Anaji?
From Anaji, I was posted to Akosombo as district minister. It's just by the grace of God, not lucky, that after 6 years in ministry, I was given Akosombo to pastor as a district minister. I was there for 4 years, 2012 to 2016. And I had a visit to London in 2015. So 2016, okay. I was posted there. So I was in London for 5 years, 2016 to 2022. That is almost about 7 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So 2022, I was brought back to Ascension. And then London, in fact, by the grace of God, a lot of things happened: revival, prayer, teaching. And then London was pastoring 17 congregations. So,
were you a district minister?
I was a district minister.
Okay.
I was traveling, and then by the grace of God, we created another district out of my district, and then to be Midland district. And a lot of things happened in London. Maybe time will not permit us, so next time we'll talk about it. Right. But life in Ascension is quite also good. Life in Ascension has been good. Ministry in general for me, I think God has given me grace. I do a lot of revival. I do crusades. I love prayer. I love traveling. I love driving. And for office, I'll be at office. When I'm there, I'll be at office. Like Kofodia like this. By 4 a.m., I'm at morning devotion. By 6 o'clock, we are closed. By 6:37, I'm at the roadside.
We're going for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Stories come alive, voices are heard, and faith meets inspiration. This is PCG TV. From news to powerful sermons, from business spotlights to youth-driven conversations, we bring you content that informs and transforms. Do you need media coverage, live streaming, documentary and video production, or event coverage. PCG TV is your best stop. Call us today on 0257 353 533 and follow us on all social media platforms at PCG TV. PCG TV, in thy light, there is light.
This is still called to serve, and thank you so much for staying with us. We know that you are learning a lot, you are being inspired, you are being motivated and ushered into your destiny. Now, we are still here with Rev Justice ASUMENG, the District Minister of Koforidua, and his station is Ascension. Papa, walk us briefly into your ministry in Akosombo, and then again emphasize on the particular gifts that led you through.
Thank you so much, my sister. Ministry in Akosombo started in 2012. And I think if there's a station that I enjoyed ministry, I can say it's Akosombo.
Why is that so?
Well, I'm evangelistic inclined, prayer and revival. And I'm also a community minister. I take up organizations. For instance, at Akosombo, I quite remember when I went to Akosombo, there was no morning devotion because it's a working community.
Okay.
We have the doctors, the engineers, nurses, and teachers. So everybody is running to go for work. So the chapel was there, nobody entered every morning. I quite remember I prayed for 5 months. I prayed for 5 months to start a devotion. And after that, I started, and revival broke out. In fact, I showed some of the pictures, the kind of revival and program that took place in Akosombo was wonderful. And also, not only that revival in the church, but the community itself. In fact, the whole community fell in love with Presbyterian Church of Ghana's Reverend Frederick Moninga congregation. And the first service, and I can't remember when people were coming to church during those times, they would see them, some of them running. In fact, the Sunday was revival. Every Sunday seemed to be a revival. We never threw away the almanac, but we have time for the word, prayer, and worship. And you see, when you preach, of course, I got to know that if you give the people the right food, money will become a normal thing. We won't struggle for money. And that was what I actually experienced in Akosombo.
If you give the people the right food.
The right food, the message.
Money.
If the church becomes a solution center. You see, Akosombo, they bought into the gift I had. Prayer, revival, teaching. And that, So, and I also took the church into the community. At times, we want the church, the people from the community to come. It will be difficult.
Right.
You must rather walk the church into the community. Be a community pastor. So every institution in Akosombo came under my ministry. The Voter Hotel, Commercial Bank, Zenith Bank, District Office, the markets, women, the taxi drivers, hairdressers, and the chiefs. So every year, I will organize all the chiefs in the Sojaman district at Voter Hotel, the district officers, police, fire, they all come to Voter Hotel. We have a program. I've invited moderator Mate, moderator Joamante, and Papa Foswado with chairperson. So it was a very good time. So Akosombo, I enjoyed ministry. The church grew. The community was affected by the gospel, and the church also became famous and grew in numbers, grew spiritually, grew physically, grew financially. So there were a lot of programs that went, infrastructure activities. You see pavement and a recent mission house, 11 master bedroom. You know, Akosombo is such a place that
the mission house.
Mission house. I did that because a principal officer used to be coming there, both from head office, presbytery, and other places. So anytime they come, we book a hotel, and the cost of hotel bills at the end of the year was so huge. So I told the people, then we have to build something that can house them, make it a standard that a moderator will come and see a room there and say, no, here is better than hotel. And we did that. We built that room, that mission house within 8 months. 1 Ghana cedi. It was done. And then from Akosombo, I went to London as North London District Minister ministry there was challenging, but I also enjoy ministry. In fact, doing ministry outside is a whole topic that maybe I may have time and come and talk.
There is a clear difference, right?
There's a clear difference. See, a clear difference. You need to be creative. If you can't create ministry, you can't do ministry outside. Because you won't get the people in the church. We go to church only on Sunday because we didn't have our own chapel.
Right.
It's recently that by the grace of God, my congregation, Anointed Congregation, used to be Ghana, but the session came together, we changed the name to Anointed. Thank God they have bought a chapel now. And then you get the place for only 2 hours. So what can you do within 2 hours? So from Monday to Saturday, if you want to do something, it is online.
Okay.
So that is what makes the work there challenging. But if you carry message, you can get the people online. So I introduced prayer. I remember when I went there, they were having morning devotion from 5.
Yes. Now, Papa, to morning devotion, what time were you having morning devotion with the congregants in Akosombo?
Akosombo, because of the work in class, I wanted to get the workers. We started by 5:30 to 6. We were praying for the community. Because we see there's so many things that were going on, so I became concerned. So I used to go to office to pray for the head of department.
Oh, okay.
Because there's another things were happening. So we need to protect them because it wasn't easy producing one engineer. So if an engineer at that experience stage died unceremoniously, it will affect the company, it will affect the nation, it will affect the family. So I became concerned, and as a matter of fact, God did a lot with me for those people. So morning devotion, we pray for 30 minutes for the community, and then we start at 6 a.m. to 7 o'clock. It became a community morning devotion.
Okay.
But when I came to Kofodua, London was doing online.
Okay. Yeah.
Kofodua, 4:30 to 6, and then 6 to 7. So we are running 2 services every day.
For those who will get the time, all right.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now.
Now, Papa, in all of this, how has your wife been supportive?
Well, I've been supportive. One thing is, you are called. They are meant to support.
Right.
So they are supporting you in the family and then the work. But much comes on you and how to manage the two. I thank God for my children, for my family, my wife, and everybody. Because leaving my children for 5 years or 6 years, staying alone, but I came and met them, the 4 of them. I went with 2, and then 4 were back at university. They have all completed university in a sound mind, sound spirit, emotionally, psychologically, working for the Lord. I'm proud of my children, Eunice, Mordecai, Laudia, Pakwesi, Stephen, and then Godfred. I'm proud of them. My wife Esther also. It has been challenging because I travel a lot. I travel.
Even now that you are back in Kofarida.
I'm traveling now. I like traveling because I like doing revival. I like doing crusade, but I pay attention to my church. If I'm not doing any program for the church in the evening, then I have to be at the place. I've decided, like Paul, in my time, because when we read Acts of the Apostles chapter 18. 18 verse 3 in the end, we say Paul had committed himself exclusively to preaching. So in biblical character, I have decided to adopt the lifestyle of Paul.
Right.
Traveling, preaching, nurturing, and also raising leaders for the church.
And I think you have his history, a bit of his history as well. You heard God's voice on your own by yourself, and you followed suit.
Yeah.
And from where you came from, Paul wasn't originally for God. Yeah. You were not originally for God, but at the point you realized that you had to be for him.
Yes, please.
Now, I want you to draw from your past, all that you have been through emotionally, physically, spiritually, and advise us. Well, one moment we are all positive, the next moment we want to go to some other spirits other than God to make it in life. Tell us something.
Well, for me, having experienced God's power in my personal life, in terms of healing, I want to encourage everybody who want to seek God's face for healing, to trust him. Because in those days, I used to hold 2 Bibles in my hands. because sickness was bothering my life. Pains. At times I'll be in the room for 3 weeks in pains. And I'll hold the Bible. I say, God of the Bible, prove yourself. You see, and he did that. 2, as a minister, if you play with your prayer life, you enjoy ministry. So prayer must be at its position constantly, intentionally, and consistently. 2, if you can't feed yourself, you can't feed the congregant. So your Bible must be your partner. You must read it and read it and read it. And also you must be somebody who can respond to call at any given time. Every day you must get a new message for the people. And I don't know, that is my lifestyle. That every day, before the day breaks, there's something new for the people. Call me and I have something for you. That has been my lifestyle. So, and I also want to encourage the young ministers coming that depending on God, that is my lifestyle. That God has called me for the church. That is my philosophy. It is not the church who has actually called me. It is rather God who has called me, and the place He wanted me to serve is Presbyterian Church. So if I have a problem, most importantly, take my problem to God. 2, if you can't manage the people that you lead, they will mismanage your ministry. If you can't manage them, because the people you lead, the congregant, they have nothing to lose. And you are a professional man. So when something happens and you don't handle it professionally, spiritually, as a spiritual father in every area, they will mismanage you. 3, you need to be patient with the people. For instance, in Anaji, it took 1 year before the church and the session accepted to build the mission, the chapel. 1 year, the church and the session were at one side, and I stood alone. And remember going to session and then having it other matters. That was the everyday other matters, chapel building, other matters for 1 year. And then one day, God told me, give something for the chapel. And 2011, 2nd January, I went to the house, wrote a check of 1,500, brought to the church, and I said, treasure, come for it. This is the seed money for the basilica we want to build. Go and open an account. He did that, and then the next day we went for session, and then the person who actually was vocal, saying that, no, we can't build the chapel now, said, then you could ask a papesia, or kwa wadi beko. Oh, no, didn't see car to hold here, and the moment you one way. It ended everything. So at times, act. If we're a minister, we're talking about giving, give. And you must show resilience. You must also be disciplined. And you must be a lover of the people. Whatever you do, love must be in it. Because at times, if you are a disciplined minister, and then you don't show love, the people will not understand you. But if they see that whatever you are doing is an act of love, to put them on right perspective, then they will buy into it. At times, it's not easy, but I think over time, the people will appreciate where you stand, and they will buy into it. For me, my ministry in 19 years have been fruitful. And I'm grateful to all the past moderators, clerk of general assemblies, and chairpersons and friends. In fact, my life as it is now is as a result of my family, my mother, my wife, children, and certain key players of the church has made my ministry fruitful. And I'm grateful to that. I'm also forever be grateful to Presbyterian Church of Ghana, the church I love. I love PCG.
And we are so grateful to you, Papa, for coming to share your story with us. It has not gone down the drain. Your story has really watered us, and it will be our guide going forward. Thank you so much.
But I want to greet my hometown people too.
Papa, go ahead.
Achimpamen. And I want to greet my mother, my siblings, and the minister, the Reverend Sasreku, the first minister of Achimpamen. He's doing a very good work, and I want to thank God for his love. He and the wife, they are supporting the community. Right. And I pray that he will continue the good work. I'm also grateful for bringing me this far to share some bit of my life. And I think at the right time, I'll come and share the full story for the world to know what Christ has done for me. And the reason, that is the reason of my passion. As a matter of fact, my passion for ministry is as a result of my salvation, my deliverance, my healing, and my calling, and the gift he has given to me. Many, many gifts. And therefore, he loves me so much, and therefore, I am for him, and he is for me. And
Papa has more to share. And we are definitely sure that at the appropriate time, we will get to know everything that Papa has to share with us. So we will draw the curtains here on this episode of Called to Serve. Papa says that pray, feed yourself with the word of God, and with all that you do, be sure that you are resilient and loving. Stay tuned to PCG TV. There is more for you, because here in thy light, there is life.
Stories come alive, voices are heard, and faith meets inspiration. This is PCG TV. From news to powerful sermons, from business spotlights to youth-driven conversations, we bring you content that informs and transforms. Do you need media coverage, live streaming, documentary and video production, or event coverage? PCG TV is your best stop. Call us today on 0257 353 533 and follow us on all social media platforms at PCG TV. PCG TV, in thy light, there is light.